Hello everybody, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you everything that I loved and hated about Carnival Jubilee. I'm so excited to make this video because I was a little bit nervous about going on a Carnival ship for the first time. Like, I've seen a lot of TikTokers and read a lot of reviews and stuff, and so many people have so many negative things to say about Carnival, particularly people that really love Royal Caribbean. And I love Royal Caribbean. I had heard so many negative things, like people called Carnival ghetto. They said that it was like the Walmart of the seas, that it was a little trashy, that there was a lot of fighting and shenanigans that happened on Carnival ships. And so, I didn't expect much. I'd heard that the food wasn't so good. So I had a lot of these preconceived ideas when I got onto the Carnival ship. And I was expecting it to be kind of well below par. I'm going to go ahead and give you a teaser. What I found was quite opposite. And I know that Jubilee is one of the newer ships, if not the newest ship that Carnival has. And its home port is in Galveston, Texas. And since I am in Louisiana, that is an easy port for me. But let's get into this. I'm going to start out with the things that I love. Okay, there were a lot of them, but I've narrowed it down to the things that just really stand out in the forefront of my mind about what I love so much about this ship. Now, I didn't take any kids on this ship, so that was, because I'd heard it was the fun ship, and I planned on having a lot of fun, regardless, on the ship. Not that I can't have fun with my kids. That's not what I'm saying. I just wanted to maybe drink a little more than I might normally on vacation, and I took an adult friend. She needed to get away, and I needed to get away, and we both needed some fun. So let's start out. I'm going to look at my notes here. Well, I can't really see them, so let's see. Okay, first of all, the ship itself was really pretty. It was vibrant and fun, and, the decor kind of exuded that. I walked onto the ship and I was like, oh, this is nice. This is so much nicer than what I was expecting. So when you get onto the ship, you come into like the Grand Central area, and they have like this main stage area there, and there's a coffee shop and a candy shop and lots of other things in that area. But they put on shows there, and there's like 3 levels of seating there. And so you can be walking through the ship and you kind of pass through the Grand Central area, and there's always something going on there, which I really loved. They have like zones on the Carnival ship. I think there's like 5 zones. So your current zone is like the under the sea type area where you have the giant LED screens that are kind of interactive. You can go, they have a little display there where the kids loved going and changing what was showing on the screens across the ship, kind of behind Dr. Ink's, which is a great bar, by the way. And they had live music in that area. And the ceiling even was like kind of a wave-shaped LED screen. So you had the under the sea vibes. So anyways, then you have the shores area, which is made to look like a boardwalk. And that's on deck 8, where the coastal slice, the pizza was. So there was always, that area always had a lot of action, especially late at night when everybody wanted their late night pizza fix after drinking the majority of the day. And there was like beach bums in that area, and it was really a cool area to go hang out in, really colorful. And what were the other areas? Like Summer Landing. Oh yeah, Summer Landing is where Guy's Pig and Anchor was, and the Heroes Tribute Bar. And also kind of my favorite little pool area, the patio. They had some really comfy seating there and really nice pool area there. And that was for adults and kids, but it never felt really super busy there. I think the kids probably mostly stayed in the Lido deck area and where the water slides were and all of that. So I really loved the ship itself and the layout. You know, you felt like you were in different areas, but yet there were still big open spaces for everybody to kind of congregate. I really liked it. Next thing that I really loved was the spa. The spa on this ship was incredible. I did get a spa interior room, which was steps away. You know, I was just like a couple of doors down from the entrance to the spa, which was great because I could just slip on my robe and go in there. And when you get that room, you get, you know, a pass to the thermal suites for the entire week. So that was great. They didn't have, the only thing they didn't have in there was like an ice room or a cold room, but they had everything else. The salt room, I think that might have been my favorite space in there. It was just very chill, and I felt like I was being healed and restored, just sitting in there quietly. And they had plenty of lounge chairs, both cushioned and the heated loungers, and they had I know I'm going to butcher this when I try to say it, but the lasso therapy pool. Anyways, they had a big pool in the center there with a shower, like I'll put a clip in of the shower that you can walk through after the pool. It was just a nice and beautiful area. Their relaxation room was nice, where people go to hang out before or after a service that they receive. I hung out in there a little bit, even though I didn't get a service because the workers, I got some footage in there and there was no one in there because there was like this little side, like emergency entrance exit right by my room. So I didn't even have to go to like the main entrance. They just would let us use that door, the people in that cabin, and I would go in before they were open. Like you could go in before they were open and no one said anything. So that was really cool. I always had some alone time in the spa, and that relaxation room was very beautiful. What was next? Number 3. I've already kind of alluded to this a little bit, but the energy and the vibe on the ship was everything. You know, I felt like I was on vacation on this ship. You know that when you think about going on vacation, especially like a beach vacation, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I just picture lounging in the sand, getting hot enough that I can go jump in the pool and get some water, having a pina colada or a fruity drink in my hand, and listening to some good music and energy around me. And I felt that from the second I walked on to Carnival Jubilee. Like, literally, people were so much friendlier on this cruise. I have a solo cruise coming up soon, and I'm a little bit nervous about it. I'm like, I am very introverted. Like, if you talk to me, if I'm with somebody, it's a lot easier for me to talk to other people. I don't know why that is. If I'm by myself, you're going to have to speak to me first, because I'm just, I don't know. It's like I can't get up the courage. Anyways, on this ship, as soon as we went to our room, my friend and I walked to our stateroom, and people in the hallway were checking into their room, and they were like, "Hey, how are you? Where are you from? Let's meet up later for drinks." And then we go to the sail away party, and we make friends instantly. Like, we made friends everywhere we went on the ship. There was just, everyone was so interactive with one another, very friendly. There was very, like, a big group community type vibe everywhere you went on this ship. I never felt like it was possible to feel alone. There were quiet spots that you could go also on the ship. I'm not saying that it was like a party on every inch of the ship, there were places that you could go to just chill out and relax, and I did that a lot. Oh, I talked about the patio area. You know, I went and hung out there several times. That was kind of my chill spot. I would take my Kindle and read and have a drink or some food and dip in and out of the pool. And I felt very relaxed, and it was kind of a very chill vibe out there. But you could go have fun at any time of the day or night, any time on that ship. And I really liked that. It never felt ghetto. I never saw anybody, I don't even know, what does that mean? That word kind of seems like it has a racist connotation. And honestly, I think that that's why a certain demographic of people may talk negatively about Carnival ships, because, and this is one of the things that I loved on the ship. This isn't on my list, but I'm going to go ahead and add it in. You know, I am biracial, and on a couple of, on the MSC ship, there were a lot of different nationalities on the ship. The Royal Caribbean ship, there was some diversity, but it was predominantly white people. On Carnival ship, I felt like it was the perfect mix of ethnicities. There were a lot more people of color on this ship than I've seen on the other ships that I've been on. And I think that for some people, that may be a turnoff. And I think they may automatically associate seeing black people in groups as being ghetto. That's ridiculous. I had a blast, and I loved the diversity. To me, that ship represented more like what real life in the United States is like, unless you live in some, you know, and I know people live in segregated communities still in this day and age, but Carnival was kind of a representation of the melting pot that our country is, and I loved that about this ship. There was no drama. I didn't see any drama on the ship. I mean, there might have been. There can be drama on any ship, and you may not know about it. You know, people get kicked off of cruise ships for smoking Mary Jane and what. And by the way, on the Royal Caribbean ship, I smelled marijuana a lot on that ship. I don't know how those people got away with having as much marijuana as I was smelling on the ship, but I smelled it in several places on several different occasions, and only smelled it once on Carnival, so I don't know. Anyways, okay, back to the fun aspect. The cruise director. So, you know, in doing my research, I heard a lot of people talking about cruise directors, and even in the Facebook group, they were like, oh, we're having Kendall Fire as our cruise director, and we're so excited. And I was like, what difference does it make who your cruise director is? Because I never noticed, like, they mentioned the cruise director, I think, on the Royal Caribbean, especially the Harmony of the Seas one, but you know, like, I still don't know who the cruise director was on any of the other ships that I've been on. But on Carnival, the cruise director is kind of like a central figure. They're the central fun figure. I heard her every day on all of the announcements. You could see her around the ship. She was hosting all the game shows and the parties, and she brought the energy. I think that the game shows, which were hilarious, by the way, she made them 10 times better. I don't know. I want to get the names of the game shows confused on the ships. I think it's the Love and Marriage game show is what it's called on Carnival, where they take couples from the audience and they ask them questions. Hilarious. We saw that show twice. Oh, and it was the Family Feud show. We did that twice because they had like the family friendly version and then kind of the adult version of Family Feud. Hilarious. And Kindle Fire made them so much better. And the party, the glow part, I missed the white party on this ship. And I hate that I did. I think we were just like wore out. But when the glow party came around, I just we made ourselves like stay up. We went out, hung out all night until the party, which started kind of late for me. You know, I'm almost 50 and I turn in a bit early most nights. So it didn't start till, I want to say, like 10:45 at night. It was the most incredible experience. I don't want to get sappy about a party on a ship, but it was just, there were so many people, kids, older people, younger people, like all the people showed up for this party, and they threw out these glow sticks, and so many people dressed up, and it was just the feeling of camaraderie and community. Like everybody was together, everybody was vibing together. I loved that so much. So the cruise director, kindled fire. Okay, another thing that I loved about the Carnival Jubilee was the piano bar. I'd never experienced that kind of situation before. The entertainer, the guy at the piano bar, was hilarious. I laughed more on this cruise than I have on any other cruise that I've taken. Maybe any other vacation that I've taken. I just had the best time. The piano bar was truly my favorite nighttime spot on the ship. The next thing that I liked, this list is rather long, guys, sorry. The next thing that I liked was the food. And I was surprised by that, because I'd heard some negative things about the food, about how Royal Caribbean's food was just so much better than Carnival's food. And I 100% disagree. Carnival's food was, for me, the best food that I've had on a cruise ship yet. 100% the free food was better. I'm going to say my specialty dining, that was the best that I have personally had on a ship. Now, I haven't eaten at all the restaurants. I've only eaten at a couple of specialty restaurants on the other ships that I've been on. But on this one, every place that I ate, except one, we'll get to that in the latter part of this video, was delicious. I never got to try Shaq's chicken, and I regret it because I've heard so many good things about it. But I kept going back to freaking Guy's Burgers. Like, I think I dreamed about Guy's Burgers the night after I disembarked the cruise. It was so good. My family has a little country restaurant out in southern Mississippi, and they're kind of famous for their hamburgers. And up until I had a Guy's Burger, I would always say that Granny's Corner, that's my family's restaurant in Mississippi, McCall Creek, Mississippi, had the best burger that I'd ever eaten. But they've been replaced by Guy's Burger. That was the best freaking hamburger, and those toppings bar, it was like a smash patty, where they smash the patty really, really thin and they get it good and crispy. And then they had the toppings bar with all those peppers and onions. Oh my God. Next. Oh, well, I'm not done with the food. Because it wasn't just Guy's Burger that was good. We ate at Chibang. It was delicious. The specialty steak restaurant was at Fahrenheit 555. We ate there twice. Fantastic. I did a whole video on just the food that I ate on the Carnival ship. I'll put the little video in one of these places. I never can remember where they show the video. It'll probably be on the end screen too. That place was so good. We went there twice. That chocolate dessert, we probably went back just for the chocolate dessert, but the food was really good too. I think I had steak both nights. I had the ribeye the first night, and it was huge, and the guy was like, next time just get the filet. It's a smaller portion, because I left so much of it on my plate, and it was fantastic. Everything that I got was fantastic. The pizza was good. I don't remember the name of it, but the little Chipotle type place and it was free. There were so many free options on this ship. Like, you do not have to pay for food unless you just really want to. And we just did because we wanted to dress up and go have a nice steak dinner, and we didn't want to go to the MDR, so we went to Fahrenheit 555, and we just liked it so much that we went again. But you did not have to do that. They had the Italian restaurant on this ship was included. Now, I don't know if that's on all the ships. I think they were just including Chibang and the Italian restaurant because they still kind of consider this the inaugural season of the Jubilee, and I don't know when that will end. But on our sailing, it was included, and everything was fantastic. A couple of little minor things that I just really appreciated and liked on the ship were that, and I don't know if this is just because I had the Cloud9 interior room, but they put pool towels in my room. Every day they put clean pool towels in my room because if you remember on my other video about Royal Caribbean, you have to check in and out the towels, and I got charged both times that I've cruised with them this year, when I shouldn't have been charged $25 a towel. Anyways, I didn't have that issue on Carnival. They put those towels in my room every day, and when I used them, they brought me fresh ones. Fantastic. Loved and appreciated that. And the last thing that I loved was the way that you kind of check in for dinner on the app. So you can be out enjoying your day, your evening, and when you get ready to eat, you just go ahead and reserve it. Like if you want to go to the MDR or you want to go to a specific restaurant, you go ahead and pick it, how many people you have, and then they tell you what your wait time is. And when your table's ready, they let you know on the app. So you don't have to go stand in line to wait to eat. And I loved that. So I could be playing in the casino as I was. Or you could be hanging out, listening to music, having a drink, whatever. And you don't have to stand in line and wait to eat. And I really like that system. I hope that other cruise lines will follow suit with that. So that concludes the things that I loved. I'm sure there were tons and tons more, but those are the things that really stick out in my mind and made this possibly my favorite cruise so far this year. Now we'll talk about the things that I didn't like so much, or the things I hated. Number one is the nightclub. The nightclub on that ship was so small. Now this was a ship, I didn't have any kids with me on this ship. I was ready to party. And I went to their nightclub area once. Entirely too small of a place for a nightclub. It was packed in there. And they had it was like there were chairs kind of lined up, like these chairs lined up. The dance floor area was very, 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 very small, and people were packed in there like sardines. I didn't like that at all. It was not a vibe, and I only stayed in there about 15 or 20 minutes because I was trying. I was trying to get in the mood, and I was trying to dance out there, amongst all those people, but in the end, it just wasn't for me. It was not a vibe in the club, and I expected a lot more, especially, how vibrant and fun and kind of a party fun atmosphere that cruise was. I kind of expected the nightclub situation to be awesome, and it just wasn't. They need a different situation on the Jubilee for their nightclub. Next thing that I didn't like so much was the MDR. This MDR, I'm hesitant to say the worst experience in an MDR because MSC was not that great. But MSC service was really, really good. This could have been because my service on the Carnival ship was great. Everywhere, every day, except for the MDR. I did not have good service. My server acted like he did not want to be there. He was very flat. He was very bland. He did not check on us much. It was not good. And the atmosphere, the energy in there was really low compared to the rest of the ship. Like they did the wait staff did a dance thing kind of and they looked like they were just kind of going through the motions. Like it was not it at all. The food was not good. My food was not good in there. I mean, it was just a little below average. It was a little below average. It wasn't like horrible, but I didn't want to go back in there. The whole experience for me was subpar compared with the rest of the experience that I had everywhere else on the ship. That experience was not good. So we didn't go back. But luckily, the things I loved all of the free food that was included, not going to the MDR was not such a big deal, right? So I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything, but I wouldn't go back in there for sure. And the last thing, like I told you, this list was going to be really short. The very last thing that I did not like about the Carnival Jubilee was my particular cabin bathroom. I got the interior Cloud9 Spa cabin, like I told you, because it came with the thermal suite passes for both of us in the room for the entire week. And the price, I couldn't have bought one thermal pass for the price difference in a regular interior room and my spa interior room. Everything else about the room was great, but the bathroom. The bathroom is the smallest, teeniest, tiniest bathroom I've ever experienced on a cruise ship. And not only that, it had like the fabric curtain, and like the shower floor was even with the rest of the bathroom floor. I hate that. They had the drains and stuff around, but the floor just got wet no matter what I did. I don't know if I just don't know how to shower right. There wasn't enough room for me to change comfortably. There was nowhere for me to put my clean clothes and stuff, like, and change. I did not like that teeny tiny bathroom. And that's it. That's all that I did not like about the Carnival Jubilee. Carnival Jubilee has been so far my favorite cruise of the year. All in all, I had a wonderful experience on the Carnival Jubilee. I would definitely recommend it if you've been thinking about it, if you're on the fence, if you're trying to decide between a Carnival Jubilee and anything else. If you want to have a good time and eat good food and laugh a lot and dance, and they had a roller coaster and 3 water slides and like 5 pools, go for it. You're gonna have a great time. Anyways, that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this, if anything that I said offered value to you in any way, please consider subscribing. I'm a new YouTuber. I love doing this. I love telling you guys what I liked, what I didn't like, showing you all around the cruise ships and the ports that I visit. So please subscribe and like this video. Leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite cruise ship is. Have you been on the Jubilee? Did you feel the same way about it as I did? Or was I just jaded because I didn't have any kids and I was drinking a lot of like pina coladas? I don't know. Tell me what you thought of the Jubilee or what your favorite cruise ship is. Until next time, guys, happy cruising.